Extraordinarily, according to the Times, Netanyahu named the man for the job as former Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. The aim of the start of the air campaign was for Israel to kill Khamenei, then liberate Ahmadinejad from house arrest by striking the guards who are confining him. Presumably, Ahmadinejad was then supposedly to storm the citadel and seize the keys to the palace. But only Khamenei's assassination went according to plan. Ahmadinejad, who had reportedly been consulted on the scheme beforehand, is believed to have been injured in the Israeli strike near his home. He got cold feet, possibly suspecting he was being set up for assassination too, and went into hiding. His current whereabouts and medical condition are unknown. Neither US nor Israeli officials would comment to the Times on the alleged regime change plot, a scheme that the newspaper called audacious. That is the understatement of all understatements. The idea that Ahmadinejad had the popular support, let alone the religious authority and military muscle behind him, to take on the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, Iran's crack military force responsible for protecting the clerical regime, is for the birds. That anyone in the White House took this plan seriously, let alone acted on it, is a genuinely staggering notion. But the proposition that Ahmadinejad could retake the reins of power in Iran is possibly the least preposterous part of the scheme. While younger readers may not recognize Ahmadinejad's name, everyone else should. He made headlines on an almost weekly basis during much of his 8-year presidency starting in 2005. Why? Because Israel turned him into the ultimate bogeyman. After neighboring Iraq's Saddam Hussein was toppled and executed in 2006, following an illegal invasion by the US and Britain, Ahmadinejad was hyped as the new implacable threat to regional peace. Claims about Ahmadinejad first breathed an illusory substance into Israel's now unchallenged script that a supposedly fanatical, deranged Iran would leave no stone unturned in seeking to destroy Israel. Ahmadinejad, we were told time and time again, was seeking to pursue a nuclear bomb, even after Khamenei had issued a religious edict in 2003, strictly banning its development. In 2006, Ehud Olmert, then the Israeli Prime Minister, warned the world that Ahmadinejad was a psychopath of the worst kind, adding, "He speaks as Hitler did in his time of the extermination of the entire Jewish nation." Olmert was echoing a panic-inducing campaign led by Netanyahu, then Israel's opposition leader, that Iran needed to be attacked immediately to save Israel and the world. It's 1938 and Iran is Germany, Netanyahu told a meeting of American Jewish leaders that same year, and Iran is racing to arm itself with atomic bombs. Of Ahmadinejad, he said, "Believe him and stop him. He is preparing another Holocaust for the Jewish state." Under Ahmadinejad, Iran was supposedly hell-bent on destroying Israel, turning it into a giant Auschwitz. Also in 2006, Netanyahu told Israeli army radio, Israel would certainly be the first stop on Iran's tour of destruction. Ahmadinejad was so unhinged, Netanyahu said, that he would not stop at Israel's eradication. Iran is developing ballistic missiles that would reach America, and now they prepare missiles with an adequate range to cover the whole of Europe. A short time later, Israel's fear-mongering operation reached a crescendo in London. Netanyahu told members of the British Parliament that Ahmadinejad had to be urgently brought before the International Criminal Court, the War Crimes Court in The Hague, for his messianic apocalyptic view of the world. Irony of ironies. Netanyahu, who 20 years later is a fugitive from that same court, accused of crimes against humanity for starving the people of Gaza, emphasized Ahmadinejad's supposed genocidal intent towards Israel. In the 1930s, too, no one believed that Hitler was capable of taking action because he didn't explicitly talk about wiping out the Jewish people, Netanyahu told British MPs. In contrast, the Iranian president publicly announces his intentions, and no one is trying to stop him. Michael Gove, a former Conservative cabinet minister who chaired the meeting, enthusiastically agreed, ignoring a confounding fact that thousands of Jews have lived in Iran for centuries. Gove told the meeting that Ahmadinejad's rhetoric is more than worrying, but tantamount to an incitement of genocide. Gove's concern about genocide has not subsequently extended to Gaza. He has repeatedly denounced anyone, including legal experts and Holocaust scholars, who have noted Israel's genocide there. In the midst of the mass slaughter in Gaza, Gove even called for the Israeli military to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. 2 decades ago, the message from Netanyahu was clear. Ahmadinejad was so rabidly anti-Semitic that he deserved to be compared to Hitler. Ahmadinejad was so eager to pursue a nuclear weapons program that he was prepared to defy the country's supreme religious leader. He was so mentally unstable that he was ready to use those weapons to exterminate Israel, even though such a move would ensure a retaliatory nuclear counterstrike on his own country. Lest we forget, Ahmadinejad had a reputation for such ruthless crackdowns on political opponents that Amnesty International noted in 2014 that his rule had sounded the death knell for academic freedom in Iran. And yet, fast forward 2 decades, and Netanyahu reportedly now thinks Ahmadinejad is the best person to lead Iran, the person for whom it is worth killing Khamenei, Iran's most influential opponent of nuclear weapons. The New York Times reports that in recent years,